June 8th, 2022, you're watching the Running Report show on Fan Hub TF with your favorite two black runners. I'm Joshua Potts, he's Aaron Potts, and we're here
to give you running news presented for and by the culture.
Aaron, let's get right into it, bro. We got 4 topics, 4 questions, 4 laps to go because we got a crazy show with so many things that have been happening in the track and field in the past 2 weeks because we weren't here last week. Let's get it.
Yes, sir.
With 4 laps to go, bro, the high school marks from the past 2 weeks have been insane. We have seen all-time mark after mark after mark after mark, and especially in the mid distances. Will Sumner just this past weekend ran 146.53, number 3 all-time in high school history for the boys 800. Roisin Willis did that the same thing on the girls side of running a 2 flat 0.03 in 800, number 3 all-time in 800 at our Wisconsin State meet. And then in the boys mile, bro, it has been an historic year, Aaron. This is the first time ever that 4 boys have been under the 4-minute barrier, that barrier that we hold up so high. Colin Salmon with his 3:56, number 3 all-time at the pre-classic. Gary Martin running 3:57, number 6 all-time at Festival of Miles. Connor Burns for number 7 all-time in a 3:58, also at the Festival of Miles, and that's also a junior class record, breaking Jim Ryan's record. Then finally, Reinhardt Harrison in Florida running number 9 all-time with a 3:59. Aaron, it has been crazy for high school over these past 2 weeks. You weren't here last week to talk about all the craziness, but we're here now. So I gotta ask you, bro. What was most impressive? Now,
it's really
Aaron,
hard.
Aaron, don't. I want you to be careful now. Be careful. That's times when you talk about high school here on the show, they come at you. So I just want to say, be careful,
man.
bro.
Shout out to all these high schoolers. It's really hard to say which one is most impressive. You know, especially looking at it, it's like a lot of these athletes are not afraid to go out there and compete with the pros. Like Gary Martin, the Festival of Miles race, he was leading at one point, K flat. He went in there and battled at Trials of Miles. Will Sumner led from wire to wire. Juliet Whitaker, when she did her race too, she was just put herself in the race. But I always think it's impressive when people like Roisin Willis go out there in the high school field and just completely dominate and go for a time. I love seeing that. It adds more legendary status to it. But if I had to pick which is most impressive, it's going to be something from those 800s. The 4 boys under 4, that's wild, right? And, you know, Reinhardt Harrison, he did it in the high school field. Gary Martin, he did it in the pro field. Colin did it at Bowerman, which that's crazy not to be intimidated in that field and go out there and run your race. We cannot, forget about that. That's insane. But I look at the mid-distance races between the girls and the boys. And if you go on World Athletics, look at the U.S. rankings. Like Roisin Willis is going to be in the top 15 in the U.S. right now. Like Kay Flat and Will Sumner are up there in the top 15, top 10. Like it's like they're actual, like some of the best 800-meter runners in the nation. So I'm going to pick from that. And it's hard to say, man. But right now, I'm just going to pick Roisin Willis because she did it in a high school race. She ran 2 flat in a high school race by herself. I don't even know what second place was. What, like 2:10?
Yeah,
like
I have no idea. But shout out to the second place person, though. Shout out to you. But
shout out to the second place person. But I think it's crazy when you see it in a high school race because it makes you think, what would they have ran with the pros? Is she competitive? Is she someone that can make it to a U.S. final? That's what it makes you think about. But you could say the same thing about Will Sumner and his performance, to be honest. Like he beat a pro field, ran 146, like 4 or 5 or whatever. It's like, can he do that in rounds? I feel like that's the next conversation we have to have with these middle distance runners is like, are they going to do U20s? Or are they going to do USAs?
Yeah, and that's Riley Coleman. Shout out Riley Coleman, bro. Second place, 2:14. She got the job done. If Roisin wasn't there, you would have been a state champion. But unfortunately, Roisin was there. And honestly, that has to be the most impressive performance for me, Aaron. And I think when you look at it too, you're looking at Roisin and so like she ran 2 flat 0.06 during the indoor season. Like she was running phenomenally. You think she would already have broken 2 flat, but honestly, it really just shows me that she keeps on knocking on the door. And just like how Juliet was stuck at 201, and then just ran 159. I think soon enough Roisin's a little bit stuck at 2 flat, but honestly, like she's running phenomenally. Dude, she may just skip over 159. Like, really, like,
That's
and with 3 laps to go, we seen a high schooler just like this about 6-7 years ago with Sydney McLaughlin in the 400-meter hurdles, becoming the youngest Olympian ever when she made that 400-meter hurdle team at 16 years old. And she really continues to astonish us to this day. At the Music City Track Festival, opening up in the 400-meter hurdles, she ran 51.61, third fastest 400-meter hurdle performance of all time, behind her world record of 51.4. But it doesn't stand, Aaron. Hurdles 4 and 5 were in the wrong places at the Music City Track Festival, and honestly just deflated everybody afterwards on Twitter. Just like, dang, like, really, we were robbed of potentially a world record performance. Honestly, thinking if there were no hurdles, there would have been a world. If the hurdles were all in place and everything went right, I think that would have been a 51.3, bro. Like, honestly, that's how I feel. But Aaron, how do you feel? Sydney McLaughlin, 51.61. The hurdles were in the right place, but what does this mean?
It means she coming for her world championship, man. You know, Delilah beat her at the last world championship, and she got second, I believe, silver, right? She doesn't have that world championship yet, and she's hungry. Like she wants that. Delilah broke her heart for years. Like, let's be honest, man. She broke her heart for years, and it's starting to seem like she's getting over that hump and like really like beating her. But every time to beat her, she's had to set a world record. You know what I mean? So for her and her training, that has become the standard. Like, every time I go out, I'm gonna run the world record.
Yeah.
Because really, that's what it takes to beat Delilah. Delilah has put that into her mind, and she has created a monster. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, remember at USA Champs, they were setting world records. So USA Champs is coming up. So she's like, I gotta be in world record shape. So Delilah, you created this beast. You and Boogie, y'all created this monster that we're gonna see unleashed this year. So I don't have no idea. We always were, like last year, we've always talked like, yo, is it possible for a woman to go under 50? You know what I'm saying? Will we ever see that? I remember we asked Delilah
she's going
that.
under 51 this year. That's facts.
Yeah, but it's now we're like looking at someone like Sydney, and we're like, how far can she take this thing? You know what I mean? We're already starting to look, because she's so young.
Wait, Aaron, can we slow that though? Can we slow that? Because I know we had the conversation. Whose time is it? And it sounds like you're trying to shift over to Sydney. But let's start the conversation of just like, it's totally over. Like
I know,
no,
that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying.
I don't think she completely separated herself yet.
No.
Like, until she goes to the World Championships and just dominates. Like, I can't say that. I know Delilah probably hasn't had the season that she's totally won it right now, and she's pulled out a New York Grand Prix, which is sort of concerning. But I don't like. She always shows up. Even last year with COVID and everything, and coming back in bad races, like, she still showed up and ran like the 4th performance of all time. So don't count her out.
Delilah Muhammad is still the world. She's still the world champion. Yeah. Every time she raced, that's why I said she created this monster. So she slayed the monster. You know what I'm saying? Like, she made the monster a little bit stronger. But Delilah Muhammad, it's not like she's became stagnant in her growth either. Last year she PR'd, and she ran the 4th fastest, or was it the 2nd fastest? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when we look at the times, it's Delilah and Sydney. So definitely not saying Delilah has been aging like fine wine, like, for sure.
Facts.
So she's definitely gonna be ready. She's always ready on at the championship day. So Sydney's just all it means to me is Sydney is prepared for Delilah. She's gone against her so many times. She knows how she has to be ready to face against the boss, against Bowser. You know what I'm saying? So let's see if Sydney can rescue Princess Peach again.
Women's 400 hurdles may be the most exciting race, but with the most competition, which is most wide open, has to be the U.S. Women's 100, bro. Like, this is Aaron, this is insane, bro. This is insane. The U.S. women have 11 women under the 11-second barrier right now. And since 2001, this is the first time this has ever happened. The second most ever since 2001 has to be last year, 2021. At the end of the year, we had 9 women under the 11-second barrier, Aaron. 9. And we're
Yeah,
not even
this
at the end of
is
the season, and we already have 11. And there's still key members from that 9 last year that haven't broke 11 seconds, like Kayla White hasn't broken this year. Tiana Daniels hasn't broken it this year. Gabby Thomas hasn't broken it this year. She definitely has capabilities of doing so. So, like, it's wide open than ever before. That girl last year isn't even the U.S. leader. Like, Aaron, what is your U.S. women's 100-meter team right now? About how many days from USA? Is like 20, less than that. Like, it's right around the corner.
This is honestly hard. I don't think I'm gonna be completely wrong, but this is really hard because, like you said, like someone like Tiana Daniels hasn't broken 11, but how can we count out Tiana Daniels? But I'm gonna tell you my list. I'm gonna keep it short. I'm gonna pick Sha'Carri for sure. I think Sha'Carri is going to make the team. Like, she has that 10-7 that I know she ran that last year. I understand that was last year, but in that stacked field at pre, she took second. She took second to the lane. She beat some big names. I'm gonna put her in there, bro, because I can't doubt her. I think she's gonna show up. She should have been on that team last year, so I think she's gonna make it. The next person I'm gonna pick TT. Sha'Carri's training partner. I mean, she opened up great at Mount Sac with 10-8 this year, and I feel like she's been very consistent in a lot of her races. She's been under 11 the most out of everyone, about like 7 or 8 times. I know you gotta look at the wins and everything like that, but I feel like she's just been consistent every race and strong. So I think she's gonna make the team. And then for my last pick, I'm gonna go with someone that hasn't made a team. I'm gonna go with Mary Beth St. Price. I think her progression she just hit 10-9 like 2 meets in a row, and then her coming off of indoors, like getting that bronze medal on the 60, great start. I feel like she's just having one of those like great seasons that's progressing well, that will fare well in the championship. I'm leaving out Cambria Sturgis because, like, I just feel like she just hasn't been that consistent. And I think right now I'm just picking, Sha'Carri hasn't raced much. She's fresh, but I'm just picking off consistency with TT and Mary Beth St. Price. But honestly, like, yeah, this is roll the dice. I could be I'm leaving off Aaliyah. I'm leaving off Tiana Daniels. Like, this is a hard one. Who do you got? Who's your picks?
First, this is who I got. I got Aaliyah Hobbs on the team. I think Aaliyah Hobbs is gonna make it. Sha'Carri, because that's Sha'Carri. That's that girl. And if she's running, I can't count her out until she proves me wrong that she's inconsistent at championships. And she hasn't proved that to us yet. And she, like you said, 10-7. When you got a 10-7 in your back pocket and you already running good and she feeling good and like she seems happy, like, how can I count this woman out? And then my last one, I got Melissa Jefferson. Melissa Jefferson, Coastal Carolina, NCAA kid right now. I think she's gonna make it out. Tiana Daniels did it in 2019. Like, she did it. It's possible for that to happen. We've seen it. Several people have done it. And really, when you look at Melissa Jefferson, what she has done this season, like, look up her World Athletics. She has not raced that much this year compared to the other women. I think Tanisha Terry has raced more hundreds than Melissa Jefferson this season.
Definitely has, yes.
But every single time that Melissa steps to the line, she ran like 11:08, 11:06, 11 flat, 10, then the 10:8. Like, that has been her progression. And we already seen when she ran that indoor 60, like, she's in that mood and ready to go for championship time. Now, I don't even know if she's gonna win NCAAs. Like, she may lose NCAAs in the 100, but I just feel like with their coaching and everything, like, they're setting her up for not to just run fast in NCAAs, but to also run fast at USAs. And we'll just see how consistent she really becomes. And with Aaliyah Hobbs, like, this entire season, like, she's been consistent, like, finishing in the top 3 every single time that she steps out on the track, and she has to be hungry from last year. We saw what happened at the Olympic trials where she had that false start and wasn't really a false start, and it was just, she felt robbed and she had to run by herself. Like, it was a whole thing. So I feel like she's definitely hungry to get on that team. And I know I was saying about 2 months ago, Cambria Sturgis is my favorite. Like, I was preaching that she's my favorite. And I will say right now, she's not in my top 3. But if one of these women have a bad day, Cambria Sturgis will be on that team. Because even though she hasn't ran too good since then, I think she still has the capability to, like, really show out. Maybe, I don't know what her training has been like. Maybe it's been a heavy training. Maybe it's been a little injury. But even with that 10-8 in her back pocket, I think she also has that championship mentality where she's going to be that next woman up to be taking over the entire game going forward, for me at least.
I mean, I
That's
can
what
see that. If she has a good race, 1087 U.S. leader, she has a good race and gets out well, you never know what could happen. So it's tough leaving her off the list. But this is gonna be an exciting event to watch at USA's.
No, facts. It's that's definitely, I think, the most wide open. Right to the men's 1500, what I think we're gonna have to talk next week, because this week, bro, I think it's gonna be very telling, and that's with one lap to go, which is usually our bell lap question. But we just gotta look forward to everything that's happening this week, bro, because we're gonna be at Portland Track Festival this weekend on the couch doing some interviews, Aaron. And I think before the show, we're talking about the men's 1500, like it's wide open, and we may get some answers this weekend with all the guys running the 15, the 8, and the 5K. And even the 10Ks this weekend as well. But Aaron, just overall, this weekend, we have New York Grand Prix, we have NCAAs, we have Portland Track Festival, so many events that a lot of people are going to be talking about. What events are you most excited about for this weekend?
So I got you, New York Grand Prix. Get ready. I heard that sha'carri Richardson is racing a 200. So that will be, we haven't seen her race a 2 this year.
Yeah.
So is she gonna get under 22 seconds? We're gonna see. I don't think she really got the strength like that right now, but let's see how fast she runs. I think Gabby Thomas is probably in that race, I'm guessing. I don't know. But then Rai Benjamin, 4 hurdles at New York Grand Prix. That'll be interesting because Warholm just pulled up. Allison Dos Anjos. I think that dude is nice. I think people call low-key sleeping on him. I think that he can potentially run something crazy. He's only 22, running 47s. And he ran a 46 at the Olympics. So that's going to be crazy. And then Portland Track Festival, what I'm looking forward to, men's 15, like Joshua was saying, I think Hobbs Kessler is going to really like show us, who he is. At Pre, he ran 336, and he's just been kind of slowly progressing the whole year. So I think he's ready to drop something pretty fast at Prefontaine. Not Prefontaine, at Portland Track Festival. And then a sleeper y'all didn't notice, Colin Quigley is returning in the steeplechase. Colin Quigley is finally racing again after 2 years. So it's just like, oh shoot, like what is she about to? Can she make a U.S. team, bro? Like the steeplechase is always, that third spot is always open, man.
Hey, one thing on this men's 1500, can Hobbs Kessler win this race, or who wins this race? Who wins this men's 15?
I think Hobbs wins, bro.
Colby Alexander, Hobbs Kessler, CPT, Johnny Gregori, Vincent Ciotti, Yair Naguse, Josh Thompson, Mason Furley, Grant Fisher, Paul Ryan, Wally Suleiman, Cameron, I don't know who that man is, Amos Barnheimer. Hobbs wins this race for you?
I think he wins this race, bro. And I think he's gonna show everybody like, yo, I'm on the team. Like Centro can't race this year. It's gonna be Cole, Hobbs, and maybe Cooper, bro.
Jeez.
We'll see, because he has to beat Josh Thompson. I want to see him beat Josh Thompson. I want to see him beat Kobe Alexander. I want to see him win this race. Not just run a fast time.
That'll be good. For me this weekend, I'm really excited for NCAAs. That's going to have me hyped. I think Michael Williams is about to separate himself from I don't know if separating himself, but he's going to reinforce the statement that, like, bro, like, I'm a real contender. Pay attention to me. Like, for real, this man ran 9.86 at regionals. I don't know if he's going to run 9.8. He may run 9.86 again. He's on the Oregon track. He's going to go off. Michael Williams is about to go off this weekend in the 100, bro. Like, he's going to reinforce the statement that, like, I'm making this U.S. team. And I don't think a lot of people have him on the U.S. team right now, but, like, this man I don't know, bro. He may be finishing top 3. And NCAA women's sprints, bro. We've been talking about it for years. We finally get the final showdown between Favor Philly, Abby Steiner, and then Anivia Battle is finally going to be in that equation as well. Who's going to come out in the 200? The women's 100, it's going to be the same thing. Can Melissa Jefferson go 60-meter title and 100 title? Is Julian Alfred going to be able to go through the rounds and have a good final and put it together? Like, and Matthew Bowling as well. And then really, Abdelhamid Nur, bro. Is Abdelhamid Nur going to get that 10,000-meter title? And he's going to break the NCAA record in the 10K. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if that happens. And Nico Young, bro, because we are from Southern California. Nico Young going to get his first NCAA title in the 5K? Shoot. I'll be hyped.
Abdelhamid Nur, he's going to be fresh for the 5K. I
don't think he's running the 5. Oh, for USA's. Yeah.
At USA's, that's why he's not doubling, bro. That's
Yeah.
my thing. And last thing about Portland Track Festival, Sadie Englehart, the freshman from Ventura, is racing. She's racing a 1500, and the week before she has to match up against Juliet Whitaker at New Balance Nationals. So how fast is this is obviously a tune-up race, but how fast are we going to see her go in a race with pros? A freshman, bro. A freshman.
She going under 410?
That'd be insane. I can't see that, but that'd be insane.
She already ran 415 this year, so we'll see. All right, we already went a little bit too long this week, but hey, it's Sadie New York for 410. Dang, that'd be crazy. But we'll see y'all next week on the Run Report show. Sorry we missed last week, but hey, you know, it happens. You feel me? Tired and everything. But hey, make sure you watch our Fan Up TF. Thank you guys for all the support. We'll see y'all next week. Let's get it.